Once upon a time, there was a dense forest where all kinds of creatures lived. In this forest lived an owl and a crow. The owl's name was Buddhi, and the crow's name was Kala. Buddhi was a very wise and calm owl who always kept watch over the forest at night. On the other hand, Kala was a clever and sharp crow who used to make noise all day and keep troubling other animals. Buddhi did not like Kala's noise and his antics at all. He liked the peace of the night, while Kala used to fill the forest with his loud voice during the day. One day, Buddhi tried to explain to Kala, "Kala, you should not make so much noise. This disturbs the other animals in the forest." Kala replied laughingly, "I cannot remain quiet like you, Owl Mia. Making noise is my nature, and I cannot change it." Buddhi shook his head and quietly flew and sat on a high branch of a tree. He knew that Kala would not change so easily. Kala's mischief was increasing day by day. He started interfering with the food of other animals and sometimes even ruined their nests. One day, he went into Buddhi's nest and tried to steal the egg from there. Buddhi felt very bad about this. Buddhi decided that he would make Kala realize his mistake and teach him a lesson. He made a plan. Buddhi gathered some of his friends and prepared them to teach Kala a lesson. Buddhi said, "We will teach Kala a lesson for his bad behavior. We have to make him understand how troublesome his noise and actions are for other animals." All the animals agreed with Buddhi and started making plans. The next day, Buddhi decided to execute his plan. He deployed his friends at different places and himself sat on a high branch of a tree and watched everything. When Kala started his day and started making noise, the animals started acting according to their plan. First, the rabbits hid in the bushes and waited for Kala to come. As soon as Kala started making noise, the rabbits started screaming loudly, so that Kala could not even hear his own voice. Then, the deer started running on the ground with their hooves so fast that Kala started having trouble flying. He tried to fly, but he was not able to fly properly. In the midst of all this, Buddhi signaled to his friends that now the time had come. The monkeys started shaking the branches of the trees, due to which Kala started having more difficulties in flying. Kala could not understand what was happening to him. He could hear noise everywhere and he himself was not able to fly properly. Finally, he gave up and sat down under a tree and started thinking. At that time, Buddhi came to him and said, "Look Kala, this is the same feeling that other animals get due to your noise and actions. You have to change your behavior, otherwise you will always have to face such problems." Kala bowed his head and agreed to Buddhi and said, "You are right, Buddhi. I have been troubling others with my actions. I have to improve my behavior." Kala apologized to Buddhi and the other animals and promised to change his behavior. He decided that he would now make less noise and not disturb the peace of other animals. Gradually, peace returned to the forest and all the animals started living happily. Buddhi praised Kala for his changed behavior and said, "The change you have made has not only benefited you but also all the animals. We should always respect each other and live in harmony." This way, Kala learned from his mistake and started living together with all the animals in the forest. Buddhi and Kala's friendship also deepened, and there was always an atmosphere of peace and happiness in the forest. This story teaches us how our behavior can affect others, and if we learn from our mistakes and correct them, then we can all together create a peaceful and happy society. If you like the story, then subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.